China. In February 1616, Xu Xieke, a famed Chinese traveler and geographer, came to the foot of a mist-covered mountain. Xu's travels nearly came to a halt when he climbed to the top. A breathtaking view unfolded in front of him. The mountain mist was blown clear by the breeze, and the sun shined through. Located in southern Anhui province, the Yellow Mountain Range stretches for 40 kilometers north to south and 30 kilometers east to west. The Yangtze River and the Qiantang River both flow nearby. At an elevation of 1,800 meters, its peaks are steep and precipitous, with nearly no paths. Before the Ming Dynasty, few had visited this mountain, its heavy mist adding to the mysterious aura surrounding it. When Xu Xieke returned to the mountain, he covered all of its paths. The veil covering this mountain was lifted, and its astonishing beauty was revealed. The Yellow Mountain is blessed with marvelous and majestic scenery. Its sea of clouds, the weathered pines, and the jutting rock formations shape countless fantastic landscapes. The Chinese consider the clouds, pines, rocks, and waterfalls to be the four wonders of Yellow Mountain. In ancient times, the Yellow Mountain Range was known as the Yi Mountains. For people in those days, the mountain's misted peaks contributed to its aura of mystery. Many tales surrounded the mountains. One of the most well-known tales was that of the Yellow Emperor, the ancestor of the Chinese people. Legend has it that on the mountain he prepared elixirs of immortality and ascended to heaven. Tang Dynasty Emperor Huangshan was a devout Taoist and was heavily influenced by this story. In 747, he changed the mountain's name to Huangshan, the Yellow Mountains, honoring the ancestor of the Chinese nation. Xu Xieke had lifted the veil of mystery off of the Yellow Mountains. Numerous scholars followed in Xu's path. They depicted the picturesque mountains in their works, adding even more fame and majesty to the Yellow Mountains. In 1655, a 14-year-old monk arrived at these mountains. His name was Shirtao. A painter, Shirtao was overwhelmed by the mountain's beauty. He spent his entire life appreciating its unique landscapes, immortalizing them in his paintings. Many of Shirtao's paintings depict the Yellow Mountain's sea of clouds, effortlessly capturing the essence of the mountain's hazy ocean. Although seas of clouds are common in other mountains, none of them are as unpredictable and magnificent as that of the Yellow Mountains. Moreover, the Yellow Mountains' cloudy sea can be seen nearly year-round. This is the Yellow Mountain Sea. As the rain subsides, the skies clear. Mist begins to rise from the valleys. The wind begins to gust. As the clouds roll and tumble, the mountain peaks stand out like islands. Like the ocean, the clouds are at times calm and serene, at times clash and roll against the peaks. At dawn, the sea of clouds is infused with golden rays of sun. Shirtao's paintings clearly depict Yellow Mountain's sturdy and hardened pines. It seems as if he was expressing his deepest feelings through these paintings. The pine's various shapes and postures are a result of their unique natural environment. The pine seeds are carried to cracks in the rocks. There, they take root, sprout, and grow. Most pines in the Yellow Mountain range grow on different cliff sides. Their need for sun and water make the pine branches tilt and bend. The Yingke, or welcoming guest pine, lies between the Yuping Peak and the Lotus Valley. It is the most well-known tree among thousands of pines. It bows down as if bidding a warm welcome. Weathering storms and blizzards for centuries, this pine is one of the most recognizable symbols in the Yellow Mountains. The Songke, or farewell pine, sits next to the Yuping Pavilion. Its green branches resemble a man bowing, clasping his hands together, bidding his visitors farewell. Standing on the hillside of Woyun Peak, the Tanhai pine is only 3.5 meters high. Yet its roots are deep and its branches are strong and lush. It resembles a dragon flying to sea. Yellow Mountain's amazing and spectacular scenery provoke people's curiosity. For centuries, people have been asking the same question: how did these natural vistas come into being? The Yellow Mountain Range has 77 peaks with heights ranging over 1,000 meters. It has 36 steep, huge peaks and 36 small and delicate ones. Yellow Mountain's picturesque scenery is the result of tectonic plate movement and glacier erosion. During the Indo-Sino plate movement 200 million years ago, the Yangtze River dried up and the area surrounding the Yellow Mountain Range became land. After several tectonic movements and glacial erosion, the Yellow Mountain scenery was formed. With the fall of the Ming Dynasty, in order to avoid political turmoil, Shi Tao, then a member of the royal family, chose to live in the mountain's secluded temples. His spirit and deepest feelings are embodied in his paintings of the 72 peaks of the Yellow Mountain. His work, the collection of theories on painting concerning aesthetic opinions, was an extremely influential book. The Yellow Mountains are divided into two parts, the front mountain and the back mountain. The rock's texture in the front mountain is loose, while the back mountain rocks are solid. Carved by the powers of nature and the passage of time, the Yellow Mountain Range holds one of the most amazing sceneries in the world. The Tiandu Peak is one of its three major peaks. It is dramatically steep, with only one path leading to the top. At an elevation of 1,864 meters, the Lotus Peak is the highest peak. Sitting at the center of the mountain range, it is surrounded by the rest of the peaks. As the sun sets, it resembles a golden lotus. Guangming Peak is the second highest peak. Its flat top gets plenty of sun during the daytime. It forms the link between the front and back mountains. The breathtaking view from this peak encompasses much of the mountain scenery. The rocks in the Yellow Mountain Range are renowned for their outlandish shapes. Endowed with imaginative and colorful nicknames, over 120 of these rocks have been named. Some are shaped like animals, while others resemble human figures. In different weather, seen from different locations, these rocks take on new and interesting shapes. The rocks are widely distributed in this mountain. Some of them sit atop peaks, others near pines, and some rest on the hillsides. Legend has it that the Fei Lai Shi, the Flying Stone, is the stone left behind by the goddess Nu Wa when she mended the skies. It resembles a rock which fell from the sky. This massive rock formation, with its deep cracks and state of disarray, is called the golden turtle riding a fish. This unique rock formation is called the monkey watching the sea. Yishan Tian is a narrow pass running between the cliffs. Only one person turning sideways can pass through. A huge rock sits above it, seemingly about to fall at any given moment. Xu Ke first visited the Yellow Mountain during the winter. One of the first things he did was to bathe in the mountain's natural hot springs. He later wrote about his wonderful experience. This hot spring emanates from the Ziyun Rock and sits opposite the Peach Peak. It is the first scenic spot on the walk into the Yellow Mountain Range. The water reaches temperatures of about 42 degrees Celsius or 107.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Other springs include Fei Pu, or Flying Waterfall, Bi Tan, or Jade Pool, and Qing Xi, the Clear Brook. The Renzi, Bai Zheng, and Zhou Long waterfalls are all of the most renowned waterfalls in the Yellow Mountains. Viewed from a distance, the Renzi waterfall is shaped like the character Ren, or person in Chinese. Although it is only about 50 meters long, its surging waters are turbulent and deafening. Up close, the water falls and crashes against the rocks, and clouds of mists are formed. This earned the Renzi waterfall the nickname Flying Rain Waterfall. The Jiulong or Nine Dragon Waterfall emanates from the Xianglu Peak. It cascades through twisted cliffs into a deep, crystal clear pool. After revisiting the Yellow Mountain, Xu Xiake boldly stated, one does not need to visit any other mountains if he had visited the 5 sacred mountains. One does not need to visit 5 sacred mountains if he had visited Yellow Mountain. In China, only mountains with extreme magnificence are considered sacred. The Yellow Mountain, with its grand and precipitous peaks, its ever-shifting clouds, roaring waterfalls, and unique rock formations, evokes deep emotions in the hearts of the Chinese. The clouds and water form the living blood of the Yellow Mountain, the rocks and pines its bones. Blessed by nature's gifts, it attracts visitors from around the world as they come to experience its stunning beauty. Yellow Mountain's beauty is rooted in its ever-shifting sea of clouds, its crooked, oddly shaped pines, jutting, majestic rocks, and roaring rivers. Together, these 4 wonders of the Yellow Mountain forge a lasting, enduring memory.